cruise ship company Cunard is making a commemorative voyage to Anzac Cove this year. To mark the trip, they wanted to offer a place on board to one Kiwi relative of a Gallipoli veteran. Just before clock-off time, so we thought we'd surprise them with a bit of good news, so let's head on in. I'm Mike from Campbell Live.
Oh, Mike. Mike.
Good to meet you.
Yeah, good.
Have you packed your sunscreen? Cunard would like to offer you a 2-month luxury cruise to Anzac Cove.
Hell.
A Kiwi couple is getting on board the Voyage of a lifetime on the Queen Elizabeth cruise liner. They'll represent Anzac families at Gallipoli, and today people with century-old ties to the First World War were remembered.
And what a good day it was for departure day for the couple's luxury cruise on board the Cunard liner Queen Elizabeth.
We're actually now in front of the poppy wall where people have been laying poppies all morning. And I'm joined now by Carnival New Zealand and Australia CEO Anne Sherry. Anne, good morning. Thanks for your time this morning.
Thank you. It's a great pleasure to be here.
A memorial of thousands of poppies is taking shape at Circular Quay, each flower symbolising an Australian or New Zealand digger killed at Gallipoli.
Descendants of our World War I diggers have boarded the Queen Elizabeth in Sydney Harbour to begin a voyage honouring their ancestors.
With the echoes of the last post drifting across the clear blue waters of Sydney Harbour, they came to remember. On board the luxury Cunard liner is the great-grandson of Second Lieutenant Frank Jensen.
We're travelling on a Cunard liner, and it was a Cunard ship, the Ivernia, that took him from Egypt to Gallipoli, so we'll literally be following in his footsteps.
The centenary of the Gallipoli landings has prompted an extraordinary voyage for 2 men from Australia and New Zealand to Anzac Cove.
On the Arabian Sea in the Middle East, 2 strangers have come together to retrace the paths of their great-uncle and great-grandfather as they headed to war and their deaths 100 years ago.
It's fulfilling a lifelong ambition to be here, and there was no way I was going to miss out on this occasion.
The commemorative cruise will culminate in a dawn service on board Queen Elizabeth.
One of the world's biggest cruise liners has sailed into the waters off Gallipoli, hosting an on-board Anzac dawn service. Hundreds of passengers took part in the emotional service.
Over the past 2 months we've been following a very special Anzac story. It's centred on Herb Christophers, a man whose family lost 4 brothers during World War I. 4 brothers. He's been on a 2-month journey to honour them, which ended today.
Being on board Queen Elizabeth for the dawn service when we arrived at Anzac Cove was absolutely beautiful and one of the highlights of my life. I think was a lovely tribute to what the diggers had gone through 100 years ago, and it's something I'll never forget.